Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wrestling fans, and you haters of all ages, welcome to another episode of RAGIN. It is I, the SK Effect, and I'm once again joined by Rhiannon. Today's episode, we're doing a little bit of a serious topic here. We want to take a few moments to discuss Kylie Rae, who recently announced her retirement from professional wrestling due to some personal issues, which includes her mental health, which, while some people are trying to say it's an excuse and they don't really believe in situations like this, it is a very serious situation and should not be taken as a joke. So we want to take just a few minutes to discuss the severity of the situation and where it seemed like it came, no pun intended, into impact on her.
Alright, I know, has it been 1 year, 2 years since the AEW?
Since AEW's only 1 year?
It's been 1 year. Jeez. Well, no, they had like pay-per-views and stuff before then. Alright, so about a year and some odd ago, Kylie couldn't attend an AEW pay-per-view.
She was like advertised up until the day of, I think even on the show, but then she was pulled and did not take part of it.
And
at that point she kind of just disappeared from the wrestling scene for a bit. She announced she was leaving AEW. She had been officially signed to the company, but she announced she was leaving at that point. And that's why it was very surprising to see her show up, I want to say, at Bound for Glory last year. Maybe Homecoming at the start of this year.
It's still perpetually March to me. I have no idea when it was.
Yeah. And so now she gets advertised for Bound for Glory. She's in a high-profile feud. She's heading to go in a title match against Deanna and advertised to the show, and then she is not there. And that's when she announced later on that she was retired from professional wrestling and stuff going on. So, to discuss a little mental health and effects, that's one reason why I want to do this with Rhiannon here, as she works in that field.
I am a licensed mental health clinician, I guess is the appropriate way of putting it. I'm a master's level social worker. I'm not going to try to diagnose her, even though I have a couple of guesses and I have the ability to do so, but because I don't know her and I've never spoken to her as a person, I'm not going to go that route. The bottom line, her health, her safety, her mental health, and her personal well-being matters more than a wrestling match, matters more than the sale of a pay-per-view. And I feel both AEW and Impact have handled her absolutely appropriately. If for whatever reason she could not walk through that curtain, be it a physical injury, mental health, it's no different than if she would have slipped backstage, broken a leg, can't go out. If she could not go through that curtain for her own well-being, then they absolutely handled it appropriately both times. You know, removing her quietly from the match, not making it a big deal, offering a replacement match that's suitable, or even if they would have
suitable.
Oh, that was a good pun I didn't even mean to make. Wow. That happens. The bottom line, this isn't something to make a big deal about. I mean, kudos for her. I believe she wrote a letter to her Patreon fans.
Right, because
it came out.
It came out like after they had been charged for the month, and she was telling them, "Hey, I'm sorry that was delayed on this."
Right. Kudos for her for even coming out and addressing it. That takes a lot of courage, a lot of bravery on her part. She didn't have to. Let's be real. She doesn't owe anybody anything. She needs to take care of herself, put herself first. Whether this is like the time period between AEW and Impact and she comes back from this, whether she chooses not to come back from this and to pursue other, avenues, that's fine too. The bottom line is her health, her safety, her well-being matters.
You can tell watching her, you can tell seeing her and listening to her, she loves professional wrestling. So it could be something having to do with being the high profile and something that affected her. And it's it's understandable that can happen. The same thing happens people, taking tests, anything. It could be it's a form of anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you said, we don't want to delve too deep into it. But, speaking for us and speaking for the rest of us within the Wrestling Reality Rundown Network, if somehow, some way this runs across and you're viewing it, Kylie Rae, we do wish you the very best with whatever you're doing from here on. Thank you for putting on entertaining matches. Thank you for putting your health, well-being on the line to do some amazing matches.
I mean, the ultimate thing is, if you're struggling, if you're suffering, if you need help, get it. There should be no negative stigma. There should be no shame in mental health. Mm-hmm. If your brain is hurting, you cannot function as a human being, and that is a big deal. It's no different than a limb hanging off, because without your brain, you're nothing.
Like we say, every now and then people need mental health days.
Absolutely.
And this is definitely a situation.
Some people need mental health weeks, months, and years. And
so
that's fine.
So we're going to call it that for today's episode. Again, no ill intentions, no ill feelings. We wish Kylie Rae the very best with whatever she might pursue from here. I am the SKF Effect. She is Rhiannon. We will see you guys here next time for another episode. Like, share, subscribe. Comment below on your thoughts. What was your favorite match of Kylie Rae? And holy crap, that sunlight is bright. I have disappeared into the light.
We have not adjusted to the change in time yet.
So, as I
this is
say,
bright behind us.
later days, and take care of yourselves, y'all.